Did you ever, before you were known, did you ever go to Washington Square Park and play those hustlers?
No, I actually went there in 2010, but I think some people recognized me back then as well. I think it's a bit of a myth, though. How good they are. Like,
right.
They're like okay, but they're not like
your level.
No, they're not grandmaster level. There was one guy though. I don't remember what was. What's the name of, like, it's up by Columbia University. There's a park up there where they're playing chess as well. There I played against a guy who played like a very strange opening as white. Like he put like just a couple of pawns, one square forward, and then he started developing his pieces very slowly. So at first I thought this guy has no idea what he's doing. But then it turned out like he actually had a system. So after like 10, 15 moves, I was in a lot of trouble, and then like the game became super concrete and tactical, and I won. But it struck me that this guy like had it just. I think he just played in the park all his life, so he had developed a certain system that was actually like kind of effective if you don't know what you're doing against it. So that was kind of interesting. I'm like. He was fairly old, so I'm sure he'd played chess his whole life without ever learning any kind of opening theory or something like that. He just had, he was doing his own thing.
That's fascinating. Can you ever learn something from people that have an unorthodox approach like that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's happened several times. There was like my dad used to play a ton of chess at home. Like he used to have a home office, and then certain times he'd appear to be focused on his work, but I knew like a certain look in his eye which told me that he was actually playing chess. So I would go over and watch. He was like, no, go away. And then at some point where I was already a lot better than him, he played a certain opening as white, and I told him like, what is this opening like? Where did you learn this? And he said, well, you taught me the very same opening, but with the black pieces. So I thought I was going to play it as white, like with one tempo more, right? Because you're moving first. I was like, I'm one of the best players in the world, and I never thought of that. So I actually took up that line, and I used it. I used it with success against some of the best players in the world.
Wow.
So I don't know if that variation has a name. Like I've seen some other players play it afterwards as well, but I just call it the Henrik Carlson variation.
That's really interesting. Yeah. Your dad must be pretty proud of that.
He is very proud. Yeah.